Hi y'all, my name is TaylorAnne and welcome to my Little Creative Life, a channel where I share arts and crafts and journaling and anything that really sparks my creativity. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about my journaling lineup for the new year, kind of show you a few new things I'm really excited about and a couple tried and true favorites. So one of the new products and a big part of my lineup or my setup for next year is going to be my Hobonichi Planner. So I got the A5 cover for the planner. This is the cutest little red backpack. I believe it's called the Wandervogel in the A5 size from Hobonichi, and it has all of the pockets. You can store all of the things. It holds all of the craft supplies, which I find can also be kind of, I don't know, not a con, but something to think about is that it is really bulky, and if you fill it up, it's very bumpy and kind of awkward to work in, but it holds all of the things, which is a pro. Another thing that you may want to consider is that the bookmarks hang out past the zipper, and I don't normally use the bookmarks, so I'm not concerned that this is going to be a problem for me. It just seems that it might be annoying if you're trying to zip it up and the bookmarks are in the way. I do really like this large slip pocket on the back because you can fit in even more craft supplies, all the craft supplies. For 2020, I used a Hobonichi. This is the Weeks, and I really like it. This planning system, size, style works for me. So I would like to just kind of translate it in a bigger size to the A5 and have a little bit more room for creativity and journaling. You can see this thing is a lot bigger and a lot bulkier than the Weeks size. I like that it's a zip pouch, so I can just kind of throw everything in there and zip it up and I'm good to go. But I do feel like it's awkward to use the journal in the cover, so I take the journal out to work on it. Another big part of my lineup or my creative arsenal is my iPad. I love digital planning. Having my schedule synced between all my devices is amazing. And I love the Procreate app. It's so much fun to bring in photos, and the brushes with the Apple Pencil is like a magic wand. So it's just a really fun app to get creative in. And I had grand intentions of doing like a 2020 yearbook, zine, photo book, where I would like document my adventures and my favorites and all the pictures that are on my phone that I don't normally do anything with. But the year, didn't really turn out as expected. So this idea really didn't get off the ground. But it's something I would like to revisit in the new year. Doing more digital memory keeping and digital art. For traditional art, I have this Crescent Mixed Media spiral bound journal. I just painted the cover black and added a few stickers. I've done a few swatches just to kind of test out the paper. It's only 90-pound paper, and the fact that it's spiral bound, which is just not my personal preference, means this is going to be just a sketchbook, a workbook, an ugly art book. I do like that the pages are bright white and perforated, so they're removable, but my preference is just like a basic black, blank, lie flat sketchbook, notebook. So I'm really so excited about these beautiful new journals from Archer and Olive. The blank one is going to be a sketchbook, and the gold gilded one is going to be for my spirituality. So let me know if you guys want to see more on those because they are beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, this Jane Davenport Brights watercolor palette is gorgeous, and the colors are so vibrant. I also really love the Hobonichi multi-color, tricolor ballpoint pen that comes with your planner purchase. I usually have a few of them on my desk, one in my purse. It's what I used to take traveling. I just find them really nice for journaling and sketching. I also like to sketch in pencil or ballpoint pen. These bugs were actually drawn in ballpoint pen, and now they're a sticker sheet available in my shop. Shameless plug. you also get a free sticker with every order. In the back pouch, transition, I keep labels. I really like labels for like titles or headers or quotes or slapping over a mistake. They're just very convenient for journaling. In this large back pocket, I just have some of my favorite ephemera, like these vellum stickers from In Love Arts shop. I love vellum or transparent stickers. Anything to keep your journal a little bit thinner, which is why I don't plan on adding too much ephemera, but I did want to keep some of my favorites, like my little stamp collection, my little ticket collection, and some map scraps, like at my fingertips and convenient, because those are my favorite things to add to my journals, my favorite pieces of ephemera. They just feel like they tell a story and that they're traveled, and that's exactly what kind of ephemera I like adding to my journals. The other main ephemera that I use in my journals is just random scraps of what would normally be trash, but whatever triggers a memory for me, I just like to add that into my journals. This little adorable, perfect tote bag was a gift, and I love it. And it's not like I'm carrying around all these art supplies. I would definitely travel with this HP Sprocket photo printer though. It's traveled many miles with me, and it's a few years old, and I just love the self-adhesive pictures, adding them right into your projects. A new supply or a new product that I am so excited about. This was another gift, and it's like my first set of real Prismacolor colored pencils, and they're so buttery and soft, and I'm really excited to work with them a little bit more in the new year. And that color palette is just so gorgeous. Even if I'm not like actively using my pencils, I still like to have them open on my desk because I'm just very inspired by color. And another journal, yet another one I wanted to share with y'all. This one has been sitting in a drawer for a year, and I just recently pulled it back out and have been doing a few little like holiday pieces in it. But like I said, for the new year or moving forward, I just want to make as much art as possible and fill as many journals as possible and just create as much as possible. So I pulled this little A6 Hobonichi back out of its drawer, and hopefully we can fill up all of these pages in the new year. Fully expecting that not every page is going to be a masterpiece or is even going to be any good, but I just want to practice and grow and find my creative voice, find my style, and just produce as much as possible. So yes, I know this is a lot of journals, all the journals. Do I need them all? No. Am I going to use them? Yes. Am I going to enjoy them? Yes. And I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I hope that I'm speaking to my tribe, and y'all understand the excitement and the possibility that comes with a new notebook or a blank page. So for my actual planner, my actual techo, I went with the Hobonichi A5 Days Free. I added a few stickers just to kind of personalize it. And since this is a planner, a functional planner, I added a cleaning schedule checklist that I just printed off and taped in. And I'm going to use this year at a glance spread to track my social media posts. And I think I was very inspired by the hollow stickers and the beautiful rainbow supplies on my desk, because I went with a rainbow theme. Just a simple little rainbow header on each of the months. And I thought that doing rainbow was not only really inspiring because color is so inspiring, but it would be really easy and not like a theme that I would have to stick to for the entire year. I don't know how y'all do like minimalist spreads and stick with a theme, like a color. I don't know. I can't do it. So I thought this would be an easy way to add high impact, low effort. And since I did like the functionality of tracking my social media posts on this year at a glance, I'm gonna transfer it over to this year. I just need to pick a color palette out of my colored pencils, and then I can mark each day that I post. On the opposite page, I just did a few bright, colorful, happy swatches and doodles. And even though I am ready to leave 2020 in the past, in the dust, I don't really have any grand illusions that 2021 is magically gonna be better unless we actively make it so. But 2020 was filled with so much change that I think we're in the direction of a new normal, and this planner is helping me find my new normal. The last step for this year at a glance spread was just to go in with a white gel pen. I like the Signo Broad, and I just abbreviated the months on top of our little watercolor headers. And I think it turned out so cute. Like I said, rainbow is just so high impact and like inspiring, but pretty minimal effort. So I like how this page turned out, and it makes me happy, and it's gonna hopefully make me happy and keep me motivated to track. As for actual tracking, I've been notoriously bad at it. I failed every time I've tried to use this spread as a tracker, but I'm gonna try again, but with rainbow this time. So I went over the top of the page and just added kind of a rainbow header and let it fade out, like ombre down. I also did a little bit of rainbow down at the bottom, so I would have somewhere to do a weekly weigh-in. I really like this tracking setup. Hopefully I will be a little bit better at the actual tracking this year, but I like that the watercolor kind of hides the writing and it already makes it look messy, so there's no pressure, I feel. For my January month at a glance, I already kind of have it sketched out, and this is where I plan out or schedule out a lot of content or videos. Like I said, I do a lot of digital planning, so having my actual schedule synced to all my devices is way more convenient for me. So this is more of just a creative outlet and a way to organize my thoughts on, social media content. So I decided to go with a water theme for the month of January. So I thought the watercolors would just be perfect. And I'm doing a pretty wet on wet technique of just dropping different shades of blues and greens, like watercolors, into each other. I thought a water theme would be really nice to kind of wash away all of the sins and all of the bad of 2020 and just start fresh. And I wanted to be able to flip through my monthly pages and go water, earth, fire, air. I'm not sure what I'm gonna theme the following months, but that was one of the considerations why I chose water for my monthly theme. I probably won't do every weekly spread or every page in the water theme. I just thought it was a good kind of way to get started. I did only a few pages, just barely got started in this planner because I wanted it to stay flexible and creative and engaging. I didn't want to set up too much or decorate too much. So I did my basic kind of planning style with the days of the week on the left and a running to-do list on the right. That's the same as the Hobonichi weeks I used last year. I just like this larger size because there's more room for art and little doodles and little thumbnails like this, like these waves. I learned this kind of wave technique off of a video on YouTube, and it's just a really kind of simple way to add, waves and pretty water to your journals. After you add the white foam, I like to go in with some paint splatter just to make the water look a little bit more realistic and turbulent, like there's actual waves crashing on each other. Yeah, I just think it turned out really cute, and I'm excited to use like all the supplies in this journal. Just this one page has colored pencils, watercolor, and gouache. So that's kind of the fun part about journal, or I guess mixed media journaling, is combining all of your supplies. For this next page, which I probably should have done before my weekly layouts, but it's fine. This is fine. I just added a box of really loose, messy blues, greens, and pinks over the bottom of the page. In these Hobonichi planners, there's a quote in Japanese at the bottom of each of the pages. So I just thought this was kind of a way to cover it up. We would just draw some little mermaid scales and do a goals list, or like a New Year's resolution kind of list. I think it's, I'm not too big into resolutions, they're the end all be all, but I do think it is nice every so often to just reevaluate your goals, remotivate yourself. So this page has that. I just broke it down into personal goals and Little Creative Life goals, like business, I guess. Personal and career, I guess, is how I would explain it. But on the bottom, I'm going in now just with the Hobonichi multicolored pen in blue ink, and I just drew some fish scales or mermaid scales. And then I'm going to go in with my Prismacolor colored pencils over the watercolor to just add a little bit of shading into the scales. The last step is going to be this Dylusions mica spray, and it's like glitter or shimmer or mica, I guess. But it's gorgeous, and it looks like mermaid scales reflecting in the water. I just absolutely love it. So I'm just painting it on here and there with the with the pipette, or with the spray bottle. And I even added some metallic sprays and lots of loose watercolor on to the right hand side of the page, so I would have somewhere to document my January favorites. I like to set up my favorites page before the month just so I can fill it out throughout. When good things happen, it's just nice to have a place to put them and then look back at them throughout the month or throughout the year. I'm trying to show that shimmer mica spray reflecting, and it's so beautiful. It reminds me of that children's book. It's not translating on camera, but it does look super cool, and I love how those pages turned out. And there she is, y'all, my 2021 Techo setup. I thought I would do a flip through and just kind of share everything that we did today and say thank you for hanging out with me. If you guys want to see how this planner and how my journaling and art progresses, please make sure you're subscribed. I have lots of fun journaling and arts and crafts videos planned for the new year. And of course, you can head on over to Patreon, where we have my little creative community, and I share tons of exclusive content over there. Live streams most Mondays. If not, it's an exclusive video or download. All the behind the scenes for this channel. Every little piece of art usually gets turned into a printable or some sort of exclusive download for Patreon if it doesn't end up in my shop. So a big thank you to my patrons who make videos like this possible and for literally making my dreams come true. I love y'all. And if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for hanging in there with me while I talked about journals and notebooks and craft supplies. And until I see y'all in the next video, stay creative.